Good afternoon. Thank you all for being with us today, and welcome to the 2023 Cox Inspirational Student Hero Awards. I'm Kristen Longley, and I'm the Director of Government and Public Affairs for the Cox Eastern Region. I want to extend a warm welcome to each of you today as we celebrate our amazing students that are here with us today. When our founder, Governor James M. Cox, started this company 125 years ago, he knew he had to take care of those who came behind him. And being a former school teacher himself, Governor Cox pledged to give back to students to ensure that they have the resources they need to be successful in school and in life. Yay. Fast forward to today, and you'll see the Cox family living the same pledge in every single market that we serve. Today's students are tomorrow's future. In this room, we have future community leaders, doctors, lawyers, teachers, electricians, and even superintendents. Sometimes, though, kids, just like all of us, hit obstacles in their lives. Today, we will recognize 54 from across Escambia County who have not just hit an obstacle, but have truly overcome them, and while still maintaining a very positive attitude. And I think we can all learn from that. These heroes have endured unthinkable challenges in life, and yet they come to school each day with their heads up and smiles on their faces, and inspiring everyone around them and inspiring us here today. It's a privilege for all of us at Cox to honor these 54 student heroes. We started this program in New Orleans over 30 years ago, and our Cox heroes today join an elite list of those who continue to inspire everyone that they encounter. Their positive attitudes displayed daily provide a little extra sunshine on those around them. Today, we turn the spotlight on our heroes. On behalf of the 350 Cox employees right here on the Gulf Coast, we want to thank each of you for being here today and taking the time to honor these inspiring students. At this time, I'd like to turn over our program to Cam Johnson from our Government and Public Affairs Department. And thank you, Cam, and thank you all for being here for our program today.
Thank you, Kristen. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. Well, this great program obviously could not be done without the partnership we have with the Escambia County School District. It is a great partnership that we've had all these many years to celebrate these students. And at this time, I'd like to invite Superintendent Dr. Tim Smith to the podium to say a few words. Dr. Smith?
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Thank you, Cox, for this fantastic award ceremony. Students, what I want you to take note of is our community. When you have an organization like Cox assemble this wonderful event and really highlight the special accomplishments that you have been involved with, that is a strong statement of how we as a community work together, how we support each other, how we encourage one another. And I am thankful for the partnership that we have with Cox, for the impact that they have on our schools and our school district, and we are certainly grateful for that. I do want to also thank our school board members. We have school board member Mr. Bill Slayton from District 5. We have school board member Ms. Hightower from District 4, and we have school board member and chairman Mr. Fetzko from District 2. So thank you all for being here. We appreciate it. So I also see one of our county commissioners, but I think I might have stole some thunder here. So I apologize, Mr. Commissioner Bender. I think you'll be recognized soon here, but we thank you for all of your leadership as well. Students, congratulations on being a hero. I encourage you to continue to keep up the good work, to continue the good work that you have done, to be recognized here today. I want you to keep this in mind. To be one individual selected from a school is a big deal. There are a lot of students in each of your schools, but you were selected. You were selected for the accomplishment that you have experienced, for the good work that you have done, for your perseverance. I encourage you to keep up that great work. Have a great heart. Make sure you treat your teachers well and your fellow students. Enjoy this evening, and congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Smith, and I would like to also echo the welcome to the school board members. Thank you so much for being here with us today and celebrating these great heroes. We really appreciate y'all being in attendance and supporting this great program. Thank you very much. As the superintendent mentioned, we're also joined by Commissioner Robert Bender from the Escambia County Board of County Commissioners. I ask him to now come to the stage for a special proclamation. Commissioner Bender.
Thank you, Cam. I would first like to echo some of the superintendent's remarks. So I have two kids, and what kid doesn't like to be recognized, whether it be a star student or just for a good deed that they did. But I'd like to say that the Cox has somewhat taken it a little step further here, and not only have you excelled, but you've excelled through some exceptional circumstances. And so those are truly inspiring to your classmates and to everybody at the school. I've come here a couple years now, and to hear the stories is always very touching. So I look forward to hearing your stories again today. But I also want to recognize and thank all the teachers in the room. Because not only of what you do every day, but also to take time to learn about these students and what they're going through, and to put them up to be recognized today. Again, I think you're also the true heroes in this as much as the students. So thank you for all that you do for the county. But we'd also like to recognize Cox for what they're doing here. So we have an Escambia County proclamation. Whereas the Cox Inspirational Student Hero Awards program began over 30 years ago in New Orleans, Louisiana, and has spread to other Cox communication markets in the east and central regions. To date, Cox Communications has recognized over 4,500 students from Lafayette, Louisiana to Macon, Georgia. And whereas on Wednesday, May 3rd, 2023, Cox Communication honored a record 54 students in Escambia County. These students were chosen by a committee of leaders at their school due to their resilience in the face of adversity. These students have overcome the loss of a family member, a medical issue, a difficult family situation, or a similar hardship, and they did so with a smile on their face and inspired others by overcoming extreme hardships and leading by example. And whereas during this event, the students will be introduced by a representative from their school who informed those in attendance why the student was selected as a Cox Communication Inspirational Student Hero. And whereas Cox Communication was proud to present each inspirational student hero with a personalized engraved medal along with a certificate of honor. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners hereby recognizes Cox Communications for honoring 54 Escambia County Inspirational Student Heroes. Board of County Commissioners, Escambia County, Florida, Stephen Berry, Vice Chairman, District 5, Lumen J. May, Chairman, District 3, Jeff Bergosh, District 1, Michael Calder, District 2, Robert Bender, District 4. So thank you so much, Cox, and congratulations to everybody here. Hope your summer goes well. You wrap up these last few weeks of school, and look forward to hearing your stories. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. And finally, I would like to take a moment to thank all of our volunteers from Cox that are here with us today. We've had about a dozen volunteers Certainly, Kristen and I could not put on this program without their help today. It takes many people to get this done. So thank you to our volunteers, and I especially want to call out two that traveled to this market for this event. Mr. Chris Howard, standing over here against the wall, is from Macon, Georgia, and he'll actually be recognizing heroes in his market on the 15th. So we have another great event going on there. So Chris, thank you so much for coming here. Also making his first visit, I believe, to Pensacola is Jeff Lavery. He's actually from Rhode Island, and he is thinking about bringing this program to our Northeast market. And so, Jeff, thank you so much he's hiding behind the curtain doing the certificates. You can't see him. But, Jeff, thank you so much for being interested in this program and taking it back home so you could celebrate the students in your market as well. So let's get on with the awards, shall we? Each student will be called to the stage. And their presenter, as you've heard, will tell a little bit about the student and why they are an inspiration at the school. Some of the stories may be more detailed than others, and that's totally fine. We want y'all to share the information that the family is comfortable sharing. And we do ask, though, that you keep your comments brief. As you've heard, there's 54 students that we're celebrating today. So please remember to keep your comments brief. After they do the presentation here at the podium, they're going to step over here to the side where Kristen's going to be in front of the Cox Heroes logoed banner over there. She's going to present the heroes with a medallion that's engraved with their name and their school. Also, we have certificates from Cox Communications, Congressman Matt Gaetz, State Senator Doug Broxson, and State Representatives Michelle Salzman and Alex Andrade. And we thank them because I know they are in session right now still, so we definitely thank their offices for getting those certificates to us. It's been a little hectic this year with session going on and getting all of that from them. But also new this year, we have a couple more letters of congratulations from Governor Ron DeSantis, United States Senator Marco Rubio, and United States Senator Rick Scott also presented the students with certificates and letters this year. So we thank them for being involved with this great program as well. The student and the presenter, along with Kristen, will then pose for a picture. New this year, it's going to be a digital picture as opposed to a printed that we've done in years past. So we ask either the student or the teacher we're doing phone numbers, Phil? Enter their phone number, enter a cell phone number that we can text the picture to, and then you'll have the digital copy of the picture. So the number one question I always get asked is, what order are we going in? We used to always go AK Suter through Workman Middle School, and then I mixed it up one year because I went to Workman in Washington, so I like to celebrate my W's. But I also went to Cordova Park, so I had to go back to the C's. And now I've got an 8th grader at Brown Barge, so we're going to start back at the top. So we're going to start with AK Suter, and we're going to finish up with Workman Middle School. On the back of the lanyards that the student heroes have is a number. That's the order in which we're going to have the students up here on stage. We're going to line them up 10 at a time, and I'll call out when it's time for the students to begin lining up. But we're going to call them out 10 at a time. And we have Chris, Tina, and Mary over here are going to help get the students and the presenters in order. And if numbers 1 through 10, I want to go ahead and start lining up over here on my right, your left side of the stage. We'll go ahead and start getting them in order. Again, 1 through 10 to start. So we'll be starting with AK Suter. So as they're getting lined up, again, I do request that the presenters, we definitely want to hear the stories of the children, but please try to keep your comments brief. Also, I would like to ask that all the heroes stay until the end. We're going to do a big group shot up here on stage at the end of the event, so if everybody could please stay until the end so we can do a group shot at the end. And I will go ahead and apologize in advance because I know I will mispronounce several names today, so if I mispronounce your name, I do apologize in advance. So our first hero comes from AK Suter Elementary School. Teacher Stephanie Ramsey will tell us why they selected Aldrich Page as their 2023 hero.
I could really go on and on about Audric, but I've been told that I only have a minute. So every year, Cox Hero honors a student who has shown perseverance and fortitude while conquering personal challenges and barriers. The student AK Suter would like to recognize this year is Audric Page. Audric has attended Suter Elementary since kindergarten. He has overcome many challenges in his life, yet he still demonstrates a positive attitude and he never gives up. He has overcome multiple academic challenges, yet he always strives to do his best. Audric is compassionate and caring toward everyone. There is never not a smile on his face. There is never a day that Audric can't put a smile on your face. This year we have seen Audric's confidence soar. He is everyone's biggest fan, and every teacher would agree how deserving Audric is of this award. It is our honor and our privilege to honor Audric Page this year from AK Suter.
All right, our next hero comes from Bellevue Elementary School. Aiden Wetter will be introduced by Principal Ashley Kemp.
Aiden is so deserving of this award. It might need to be renamed the Aiden Wetter Award. The past couple of years, Aiden has had some adversity to overcome with anger issues, building classroom relationships, and academics. I am one proud principal today to announce that he has fought off his old habits and tendencies and has learned to not just be a participant, but a full participant and an asset and a symbol of hope for our whole school. As a principal, I am so impressed and admire the work and dedication he has put in, not just to his work, but making himself a better person. He is one of the most liked and most trustworthy students our student has to offer. This award is only the beginning of many accomplishments, I predict, for this fine young man. I am, and we at Bellevue Elementary are proud of Aiden Wetter.
Harmony Ford from Bellevue Middle School is our next hero, and she will be presented by Assistant Principal Brandy Gentry.
Harmony is definitely a bright light at Bellevue Middle School. Her daily goal is to make others feel happy by giving them a smile and a hug. She tries to be everyone's friend and spread joy to whoever she comes into contact with. Harmony spreads joy even though not everything she has experienced in life has brought her joy. School has always been a challenge for Harmony, but she continues to shine in the midst of the struggle. She has also experienced personal and family hardships, yet still comes to school ready to give that smile and hug to whoever else, whether it be a student or a teacher that may need it. I get one every morning in the hallway, right? Bellevue Middle School is proud to have Harmony Ford represent us as our Cox Hero this year.
Beulah Academy of Science is next to the stage with their hero, Kaylee Miller, and Allie Eubanks will tell us what makes her special.
Kaylee has blossomed into a bright, kind, respectful, positive, and mature young lady during her time at Beulah Academy of Science Bobcats. In our agricultural program specifically, she has gone from a shy, quiet individual worker to someone who works great with her peers, tries new things, and is willing to give public speaking demonstrations. She has talked to members of the community as she has represented our school and our FFA chapter. Kaylee's teachers have noted that she has transitioned through each middle school grade level. Kaylee has become more confident in herself and her relationships with her peers and has developed group work skills. Kaylee used to be a more quiet and reserved, but she's become very outgoing and made a lot of friends. Kaylee has overcome challenges that most of her peers have never even known about. However, overcoming these struggles through the years has required strength and perseverance from her that are rare even for those that are much older and more experienced. Kaylee, we are so proud of you. Remember to keep moving forward, keep growing, and most importantly, love who you are.
Miss Vinci from Beulah Elementary School, is next to the stage to tell us why Lane Day is their hero.
Whenever someone mentions Lane Day, they always have a smile on their face. Despite communication barriers and one kidney, he excels in life. The second he steps foot on campus, he makes it his mission to wish everyone an amazing day. He has a kind soul and takes on all challenges. He is always offering help to those around him, particularly in math. Lane has a strong sense of right and wrong and chooses to see the good in everyone. I know my school days and everyone else's school days would be less inspirational without those famous Lane Day hugs.
Next, we have Beulah Middle School. William McShane is their hero for 2023. Principal Mike Sullivan will share us his story.
Good afternoon. This is William McShane, who is our Beulah Middle School Cox Inspirational Student Hero for 22-23. William is a young man that has persevered through his tribulations. Prior to entering middle school, he had already experienced 2 academic retentions, making him a couple years older than his classmates. In October of 2021, William enrolled in our overage program at Beulah Middle and began completing his courses through what was called the PEAK platform. During that time, William underwent several surgeries and medical procedures that caused him to miss 42 days of school. Although William is at home recovering, he continued to work on his courses, driven to recover some of the academic progress from when he was held back. By the end of his 6th grade year, William had completed 7 of 12 academic courses necessary for promotion to high school. William's dedication, drive, and grit towards successfully fulfilling his goals has been untarnished by the many obstacles he's had to overcome, thus the reason why William is being recognized for Beulah Middle School's Cox Inspirational Student Hero of the Year.
Jamie Dufferino from Blue Angels Elementary School will be next to the stage with their hero, Thomas Gutierrez.
When Thomas first came to Blue Angels in the fall of 2022, it was a difficult adjustment to say the least. Moving from another state for his 5th grade year proved to be a significant challenge. Thomas was shy, unsure of what to expect, and was shut down at the drop of a hat. But through hard work and dedication, Thomas now talks out his frustrations, asks for help, listens and follows directions, and smiles all the time. He's a generally happy boy at school. Thomas participated in a resiliency program at school and really took the skills that he learned and has applied them to his life. He is a walking example of those skills, especially perseverance and empathy. He loved the resiliency movie Radio and seemed to identify with a character in the movie. Thomas completes his work, isn't afraid to try new assignments, and he's a friend to others. It is our high honor at Blue Angels Elementary School to present our Cox hero, Thomas Gutierrez.
Callie Satterwhite from Brett Elementary School is our next hero, and she will be introduced by Principal Amy McCrory.
Kaylee is a 5th grader at Bratt Elementary. She is a hard worker who cares for those around her. She came to live with her grandmother, who she calls Mimi, when she was almost 4 years old. The love and stability of her Mimi's home is shared with her great-grandmother and her 2 sisters. While there was an adjustment period when she moved in with Mimi, she quickly settled into her life with family and has grown into a very impressive young lady. In March of 21, Mimi had a heart attack, which required her to have a heart pump to replace one side of her heart. During that time of sickness, this young lady stepped up and is a blessing to her Mimi and her family. Her Mimi says that she is a godsend because she helps me with medicine, carrying my oxygen everywhere I go. She takes care of my physical needs and helps care for me because she wanted to, not because she had to. Kaylee is an active member of her school and community. She works hard to do her best at cheering and playing softball. She is playing softball for the Century Black Cats, and she gets along with the other children and her teachers and makes very good grades. She participated in Sunshine Math at Bratt, and we are very proud of the way that Kaylee keeps a positive outlook and works through challenges. We are very blessed to have a hero like Kaylee at Bratt Elementary School.
Next to the stage is Brentwood Elementary School. Brittany Jones will tell us about their hero, Jace Beam.
Jace is what some might consider a celebrity at Brentwood. Everyone at school knows his name. You'll see people smiling and hear people say, "Hey, Jace," to which he replies a joyous, "Hey." It's hard not to. He's a little ray of sunshine. What most don't know is how much change in the many adversities Jace has overcome in less than a year. From being in foster care to finding his forever family. From starting the school enrolled in a VE class to transitioning full-time into a kindergarten class. Something that hasn't changed, though, is his attitude and his outlook on life. He remains the happiest and most optimistic 6-year-old I have had the pleasure of teaching. Jace is so deserving of this award, and I am so very thankful for the opportunity to be his teacher.
Parth Vaidya from Brown Barge Middle School is our next hero, and he will be introduced by Jason Perkinson.
Parth's positive spirit permeates every room he enters, every hallway he travels. He uses particular sense of humor, he connects with his peers, and maintains appropriate boundaries of respect. His positive attitude and his quick-wittedness shines in his exemplary academic success and willingness to work hard no matter what. He embodies what it means to be the ideal Brown Barge Middle School student, with mature class discussions, innovative work detail, and a willingness to work hard no matter what. He embodies, sorry I repeated that. Parth has an intellectual mind, especially in mathematics and science. His knowledge of specific processes of star formation in 7th grade blew my mind. His ability to read a room and notice his students' needs is a gateway to advocating and helping others in a way that personifies his servant leader heart. Parth manages to be an exceptional student while being supportive of his mom and tackling a new normal after his father's passing. Many challenges related to this significant change in his family dynamics could have steered him in a different direction, but Parth has remained a steadfast pillar of strength to his loved ones. His selfless behavior continues at home as he supports his family and other students who have experienced grief. Brown Barge is honored to call Parth Vaidya our 2023 Cox Hero.
Jackie Johnston from Burnville Elementary School is next to the stage with their hero, Jaden Carter.
Hi, I'm Jackie Johnston, and this is Jessie Hall. We just couldn't decide who should present Jaden because if we had it our way, everyone from Burnville would be here. The definition of hero is someone who is admired for courage and strength even when faced with obstacles. This definition is completely true of Jaden. She shows courage and strength daily. Whether it be studying and working hard to get better at reading skills and concepts, or standing up for the child who can't stand up for herself, Jaden is truly one to be admired. Okay, I'll continue reading.
Go ahead.
Jaden is a helper. She is the first to raise her hand for any job, whether it's getting water for her teacher, helping to clean the room, run an errand, or help another student in class. She is an encourager. She lifts those around her up. She smiles so brightly and is so positive that you cannot help but be positive around her. She is driven. While some academic areas don't always come the easiest to her, she is focused. She works hard and strives to always do her personal best. She set a goal to make the honor roll this year, and she achieved that goal. Jaden has made leaps and bounds improvement through sheer will and determination. Jaden has a love for her friends, family, her church, and Jesus. She is not afraid to speak up on what she believes and defend others, and she always does so in a respectable manner. All in all, Jaden's a great role model, and Burnville Elementary is pleased to have her represent us as our Cox Inspirational Hero.
Treasure Rigby from C.A. Weiss Elementary School is our next hero, and she will be introduced by Dr. Kimberly Thomas.
Good evening. Treasure Rigsby is a remarkable student who, despite facing academic challenges such as a language impairment and an intellectual disability, has shown tremendous growth throughout the school year. Her teachers describe her as loving, respectful, and kind to others. Treasure participates in our after-school program and has made substantial progress on our STEP team and in our drama club. She also contributes to our community by picking up trash around the school and giving books to children in need of personal libraries. We are very proud of Treasure and all of her accomplishments, and we're proud to present her as our CAY's Cox Hero student.
Molly Perkins from Cordova Park Elementary School will now introduce us to their hero, Maddie Bevziuk.
As an ancient Japanese proverb says, perseverance is strength. At only 9 years old, our Cordova Park inspirational student hero exemplifies this proverb. Maddie has persevered after multiple family tragedies, as well as moving across the country away from the support of extended family. At such a young age, she has maneuvered through the instability of school closures, homeschooling, and a new school in a new place. Throughout all this, Maddie has touched many lives with her kindness as a daughter, a sister, a student, and a friend. At home, she looks up to big sister Emma and is a caring, protective presence for her little brother Alex as she reads to him and helps him with homework. At school, she has prevailed not only to improve her own academic performance, but also to be a student leader, going out of her way to show consideration for others. She is thoughtful, caring, and always willing to help. Her perseverance through adversity has truly grown into great personal strength.
Ms. Krejci, Assistant Principal from Inslee Elementary School, will now introduce us to their hero, Neely.
Good afternoon. Our hero representative from Inslee Elementary this year is Neely. Nee always comes to class with a smile on her face and an eagerness for learning. She is exceptional in every aspect of her education. She always completes her work, helps others, and exhibits kindness, a love for learning and persistence. Nee came to Inslee Elementary in 3rd grade from Vietnam. Speaking only Vietnamese, she had to work very hard to become acclimated to school here in the United States. Nee put in a lot of effort over the last 2 years because she is almost fluent in English. She is excelling in all subjects and overall is a stellar student. She is a great example of what it means to work towards the American dream. She always does her best, never gives up, and holds her head high. We are incredibly proud to call her an Inslee Wildcat.
Cade Carnley is our hero from Ernest Ward Middle School, and its principal, Nancy Perry, will tell us why.
Cade is an amazing student. He has faced challenges above the normal obstacles of children his age. Cade was born with a condition that causes partial seizures in the frontal lobe. The condition was originally diagnosed when he was in kindergarten. The seizures come on usually whenever his immune system is compromised. Therefore, when Cade gets ill, he has to stay at home. Then, keeping up, Cade works very, very hard and does his very best, always with a 100% attitude, always with a smile, never complains, he never says, oh, I gotta make all this work up. He does it. He is remarkable. Despite his condition and a recent severe seizure, Cade is determined to continue becoming better. When asked to describe himself by a teacher in a writing assignment, I'll get it out in a minute, he quotes, I am tough and funny. And I agree. That's the way that I would describe Cade. There are many words to describe Cade, but those are at his best. He is a tough kid and he loves to see others happy and laughing. He is our hero, Ernest Ward Middle School, Cade Carnley.
Our next hero comes from Escambia Westgate Center. Troy Tanner will be introduced by Kenya Gresham.
Troy Tanner is Escambia Westgate's inspirational hero. Although visually impaired, this 8th grade student has made impressive gains academically, socially, and mobility. He is always happy and loves saying hello to anyone who speaks to him. Whew, I'm hot. Singing, counting, and reciting nursing rhymes are favorite activities. If I'm ever feeling blue, all I need is to listen to Troy sing his favorite song. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. He can cheer up a whole room. At the beginning of this year, Troy required an adaptive chair to sit in at a table, to eat, and to do schoolwork. He is now using a typical student chair and desk. In August, you will see Troy using a reverse walker to move about the school. Yeah, Troy. He now walks independently with guidance and has graduated to a cane. Troy's vocabulary has improved. Come here, baby. It's okay. From 15 words to over 60. As his teacher, I have learned as much from him as he has from me. I look forward to watching his continued success. His cheerful spirit, his academic growth, and his ability to light up a room makes me proud to introduce him as Escambia Westgate's inspirational hero.
Miss Bridges from Ferry Pass Elementary School will now introduce us to their hero, Ducayla Palmer.
Hi, I'm Miss Bridges. I'm Ducayla's teacher. I'll just read what I have. Ducayla is an excellent student both in and out of the classroom. She is respectful to her teachers and kind to all others. Less than a year ago, Ducayla experienced a tragic loss in her family. While the trauma still exists, I have seen Ducayla persevere in the midst of this difficult time. Ducayla works especially hard in the classroom, tackling academic challenges with determination and persistence. Her character demonstrates thoughtfulness, trustworthiness, and fairness. She's a model leader and helper in our school community. Ducayla is truly a hero to us all, and as our teacher, I'm inspired by the example she sets forth for her peers and adults to strive to be their best. Thank you.
And our next hero comes from Ferry Pass Middle School. Brooke's son will be introduced by Kimberly Warren.
Good afternoon. Ferry Pass Middle School is delighted to have chosen Brooke's son as our Cox Inspirational Student Hero for this year. When Brooks came to our school, he had a language barrier, but he did not let that stop him. He proved that math is universal. In his pre-algebra class, he was given a diagnosis test at the first quarter. He blew it out of the box and made a 95%. Therefore, he was moved to Algebra 1. As a result, he was the leader in his class for comprehension, discussion, homework, the whole 9 yards. In fact, some days he was even smarter than the teacher. Ferry Pass Middle School is delighted to have selected and chosen Brooke's son as our Cox Inspirational Hero for the 2023 school year. Congratulations.
Lila Pierce from Global Learning Academy will now introduce us to their hero, Junior Lopez.
He has his biggest cheerleader with him. Junior came to the United States in fall of 2019 from Honduras, just before COVID-19 disrupted learning for all students. However, Junior had the unique challenge of learning English, adjusting to the United States, and trying to learn during a global pandemic. With a smile and a gentle disposition, Junior has persevered. He worked hard in reading intervention groups and has gone from not even knowing the sight word "the" to reading some grade level texts in front of his peers while they cheer him on. Just before spring break, he read his first chapter book. Additionally, he even helps his teachers and classmates with pronouncing Spanish words in their textbook readings. To top it off, Junior has excellent attendance, has never had a discipline referral, and has received many positive Excellent Explorer office referrals. Global Learning Academy is proud to have Junior as our Cox hero.
Felicia Verlandi from Helen Caro Elementary School will tell us why they selected Jordan Edmerson.
Jordan is the epitome of an inspirational hero. Sorry. He's faced more challenges and obstacles in his childhood than most people face in a lifetime. And he does it every day with a smile on his face.
Whose face?
Your face.
Oh.
He not only has cerebral palsy, autism, and an absence of a corpus callosum, and he comes to school every day.
No, not Saturday, Sundays. No, that's silly. That's silly. You mean on Mondays and Fridays?
Mondays through Fridays. He comes to school every day with a smile on his face. He is determined to learn. He never, ever complains, never lets anything get him down. And he has grown so much academically as well as controlling his emotions. And that's why, in his determination to overcome whatever is in his way, is why he is Helen Caro's Cox Hero.
Jen Ruffin, teacher from Home Elementary School, will now introduce us to their hero, Tia Grant.
I'm Tia's science teacher. To be specific, she also has an ELA and math teacher, but I would love to read this on behalf of them. Tia is an incredibly hard worker who puts not only her best effort forward, but also thinks critically and deeply. Because she's a kind, sweet soul, her work reflects that outlook in an engaging, thoughtful way. Tia does not let failures stand in her way. Instead, she uses them as springboards to move herself forward. She will adapt, overcome, improvise as needed in order to successfully meet the goals she has set for herself. Tia is an amazing role model in our 5th grade classes. She is ready to lift others through words of encouragement, small, kind actions, small gifts. I got a Squishmallow once. That's not in my speech, though. It's my Yeti, you know? Okay. With her strong sense of self, her kind nature, and her tenacity in schoolwork, it's my honor to recommend Tia Grant as a Cox Inspirational Hero for Home Elementary.
Jackson Rosales is the hero from Hope Horizon Elementary level. Here's Hope Palmer to tell us why.
Jackson is the current 1st grade student in my class at Hope Horizon. Although he's only beginning his educational career, Jackson's family struggled to find out the right fit in terms of placement. He started his educational journey at Warrenton Elementary, and the team attempted many interventions and settings prior to transitioning him to Hope this past fall. Since arriving on our campus, Jackson has grown into a phenomenal student, getting off the bus each day, every day with a smile, excited to learn. In fact, Jackson has pursued his passion as becoming a resident paleontologist, and a botanist. He can often be seen and sighted with his lab coat as he conducts his work in his archaeological digs and is tending to his garden. While his time in this program has been short, Jackson has channeled his interest into academics, starting to read and write independently and mastering many of his personal goals despite the adversity that he faces on a daily basis. If you're fortunate enough to work with Jackson, you'll leave the classroom filled with joy. Jackson's classroom is not only fun and engaging space, but because of its staff that works in it, but because Jackson's energy for learning is contagious. While the goal of our students is to not stay at Hope Horizon forever, we hope that Jackson continues to be a role model for the students around him and make a positive impact on the learning environment at Hope Horizon. We're very proud to present the Cox Hero Award to Jackson for his hard work, and we cannot wait to see what he accomplishes next.
Sherry King will now introduce us to January Callaghan, Hope Horizon Secondary's hero.
Thank you. Good evening. Serenity, or January as we know her, is a current senior at Hope Horizon. January transferred into our program late last year, and we were hopeful that she would be more adjusted, less anxious in a smaller learning environment. And since transitioning to our program, she's flourished, mastering many of her individual goals and even becoming a straight-A student. Beyond meeting the expectations of the program, January's gone above and beyond to make herself part of the community at Hope Horizon. From authoring last year's graduation speech and producing memorable art projects to assisting with elementary students, including our previous guest, Mr. Rosales, and at times making the staff feel like there's another teacher in the classroom. Given the right supports, we know there's nothing she can't do. Working in the classroom with January is an absolute joy. Seeing a student that is not only excited but thirsty to learn, and this is not in here, but just so you know, there are occasions when January has free time, such as it is, and actually comes to me and says, "Don't you have any other work I can do?" It's like, no. One more thing to grade. Go sit down. So as we prepare for January to graduate in a few weeks, we're excited to see her pursuing her dream of going to college. And we know she's already applied. We know she's going to be successful as an author or illustrator, probably both. So be on the lookout for her books at Barnes & Noble. And although we're sad to see her leave at the end of the year, we anxiously await to see how she makes her mark on the world once she leaves our safe space. We hope that one day January will return to our campus and share with us and let us know how all of her dreams turned out. Hope Horizon Secondary is more than honored and excited to present January Callaghan as our Cox Hero of the Year.
Lacey Blackman from Jim Allen Elementary School will now introduce us to their hero, Zariah Bradley.
Zariah Bradley is Jim Allen Elementary's nominee for the Cox Hero Award. She truly embodies what it means to be a Cox Hero. Zariah has overcome many challenges in her elementary career with positivity and determination. Zariah was diagnosed with leukemia, but has not allowed the diagnosis to define her passion for learning. Zariah went for treatment every day for a full year. Following the year of treatment, Zariah's leukemia went into remission, and she now goes twice a month for treatments. Despite being in remission, these treatments still take their toll on Zariah physically. However, she comes to school afterward motivated and ready to learn. I've been utterly impressed with Zariah's motivation and desire to succeed this year. Even though she missed a year of in-person instruction due to the leukemia treatments, she has worked so hard to meet her educational goals. Zariah always strives for personal achievement and demonstrates a desire to learn. Despite challenges faced, Zariah models perseverance and grit to her classmates. She is self-motivated, asks questions when she does not understand a topic, and adds depth to classroom discussions. She is respectful and makes friends easily. Even when things are difficult, Zariah never gives up. She completes work at home to stay ahead when needed and takes the initiative to complete assignments without being reminded. Even though 5th grade can be a challenging year, she has not let that deter her from giving her best effort. I am proud of Zariah Bradley, Jim Allen's 2023 Cox Hero. She deserves to be honored.
Yolanda Clayton will now introduce us to Jim Bailey Middle School's hero, Miranda Gibson.
Good afternoon. This is Miranda Gibson, also known as Randa. Randa is an 8th grade student at Jim C. Bailey Middle School, and she has attended since she was in the 6th grade. She is a student who strives every day to do the best in every class, and she treats her peers and teachers with the utmost respect. Randa is not without her own personal challenges. When she was in the 6th grade, COVID restrictions meant that she would start that critical year in middle school as a remote student. At the same time, she had to face overwhelming challenges at home. But Randa faces every challenge with the spirit of a champion. She is focused on her future, and she does nothing, she doesn't let anything stand in her way. She has faced obstacles with her classmates when it comes to her personal issues, but again, she faces them and is strong in her resolve to meet them head on and show that she is strong enough to stand up to anyone and show them that she is someone to be admired. This is something that all of her teachers have seen and admire in her so much. Randa does not share her personal life with many people, but she is so positive about her future and her goals she's established to ensure that she becomes a successful person. She is truly deserving of the 2023 Cox Inspirational student hero.
Danielle Reisenhauer is the hero from Kingsfield Elementary School. And here is Marina Keegan to tell us why.
Let me introduce you to a true hero. Danielle Reisenhauer has faced many challenges and adversities in her life thus far, but has shown perseverance through it all. After being diagnosed with complex regional pain syndrome, Danielle spent time in and out of hospitals and had to make some adjustments to her daily activities. Danielle juggled her academics, learned how to manage her pain, and proudly used any medical devices to help her walk. Through it all, she manages to regulate pain and discomfort and has maintained a positive disposition despite these difficulties. Two of my favorite things about Danielle are her kindness and positivity. Danielle is who you want to have sitting next to you if you're having a bad day or you don't understand an assignment in class. This inspirational student hero works hard, loves school, and leads by example. Ladies and gentlemen, Kingsfield Elementary is proud to recognize Danielle Reisenhauer as our Cox Inspirational Student Hero.
Rosalind Lee, the counselor from Lincoln Park Elementary School, will now introduce us to their hero, Gia Page Dora.
Good evening. Gia Page Dora is an enthusiastic and joyful first grade student at Lincoln Park Elementary School. As Gia travels around our campus, her infectious smile and her sweet personality lights up our hallways. Gia was selected as our inspirational Cox hero because earlier this school year, she was diagnosed with a serious health condition that required an immediate surgery that resulted in her missing several weeks of school. After her medical procedure, Gia returned to the park, very excited about achieving her academic goals. All of us at Lincoln Park are very proud of her and the strides she has made. Despite Gia's health challenges and physical limitations, she does not let this deter her from being the best student that she can be. Everyone loves Gia because she exhibits a joyous countenance, and with every moment, someone is graced with her presence. We are happy to present Gia Page Dora as our Lincoln Park Elementary School 2023 Cox Inspirational Hero.
Miss P from Lipscomb Elementary School will now introduce us to their hero, Shamir Smith.
Shamir is a kind, hardworking young man who is always willing to try his best and keep a positive attitude. He has a quiet, calm demeanor that is contagious to those around him. He is the kind of student that every teacher hopes for. Despite experiencing the shock and overwhelming sadness of losing his older brother, Shamir continues to be an incredibly kind and compassionate young man. Not only does he offer his help to his friends and classmates during class, but he's the go-to computer guy for his teacher. Shamir also sacrifices his recess 2 days a week to help Ms. Trebecki, our school counselor, assemble and distribute weekend food bags for students in need. This is why Shamir Smith is Lipscomb's Cox hero.
Next to the stage from Longleaf Elementary School is Wes Gordon to introduce us to their hero, Zoe Allen.
Good evening. I have the pleasure to introduce Zoe Allen, who has earned the Cox Hero Award for Longleaf Elementary for being such a compassionate and dedicated student who comes to class every day with a smile on her face and a strong desire to learn. From the beginning of the school year until now, Zoe's personal journey is that no adversity should deter anyone from striving for greatness. She is organized and always puts her best effort into every class assignment. Zoe demonstrates great perseverance with every activity to ensure that it meets her high standards. When she is asked to complete a learning activity or a task, no matter how big or small, Zoe aims to please. She works diligently with a smile on her face and is a driven young lady who strives to set and meet her own goals. Zoe consistently serves as an encouraging role model for other students. She is a positive influence on others and is always willing to lend a helping hand to a classmate in need. In fact, when students struggle with a concept, they often look to Zoe for her help. Zoe's kindness towards others and her willingness to assist is contagious. For these many reasons, including academic effort, enthusiasm for learning, and positive engagement in her school, Zoe Allen is most certainly earned the Cox Hero Award for Longleaf Elementary.
Christine Heinrich from Escambia High School will now introduce us to their hero, Logan Ming.
Logan Ming is a very special young man. He's had to face many obstacles in his life, including several hospital stays, dealing with pain throughout his body, and has faced multiple years of therapy. In spite of facing many challenges, Logan has always kept a sense of humor and loves to be around his classmates and teachers. He loves cars and has a wealth of knowledge about cars. Since he was in elementary school, Logan has enjoyed zooming down the streets of his neighborhood to visit his favorite car guy shop. I remember having Logan since 4th grade, and he would get speeding tickets going down the hall because he loved to, it was one of his favorite moments and one of my favorite things to watch. Logan has always loved driving his wheelchair fast, doing 360s and spinning out with his tires. He often asks his wheelchair technician to turn up the speed so he can go even faster. Logan enjoys spending time with his family and loves being an uncle. Logan is a joy to be around and is truly an inspiration to others. He is very deserving to be recognized as the Cox Hero for Escambia High School.
Emily Watford, the curriculum coordinator from MacArthur Elementary School, will now introduce us to their hero, Ada Virtue.
We are here to honor a student who has not only persevered through challenges that would have overwhelmed most of us, but who has excelled in the face of adversity. Ada Virtue is a well-known name on our campus at MacArthur Elementary School. She is a one-of-the-kind student who leaves a long-lasting impact on every person that she meets. During Ada's time in school, she has worked hard to overcome some personal and social barriers. Ada has shown such a personal success with facing her frustrations with both social and emotional communication. You will not find a child that is more willing to help any person that she can possibly find or see on campus. She is often found, even including today, picking flowers for all over in the morning, passing them out. She is a ray of sunshine that exudes happiness and positivity wherever she goes. She has a constant hello and a how are you doing, or a kind word for anyone she meets. She is quick to offer her help or assistance with a similar or social emotional communication frustration. The combination of Ada's determination to do and become her very best, along with the efforts of the caring adults in her life, have made a huge difference for her personal success and growth. She is a vital source of enthusiasm within our classroom and with our entire school at MacArthur Elementary. We are so very proud for Ada to earn this award.
Elizabeth Swallow from Molino Park Elementary School will now introduce us to their hero, Preston Harvell.
Preston Harvell is a very inspirational student in my class, and every student agrees. He has won the hearts of every member of our class, and I dare say the entire 5th grade and the school as a whole. As a preschooler, he was diagnosed with autism and has struggled with academic and family challenges. Despite that, he has maintained the most kind-hearted, positive attitude and disposition and lights up any room that he enters. Every morning, he walks into the classroom and greets everyone and says, "Good morning, Mrs. Swallow." His chipper mood is infectious and brightens everyone's day. All the students just love him and will go out of their way to help him. He is very affectionate, offers hugs and a pat on the back or the shoulder at just the right moment. Preston has been through a lot in his short life. Not only does he live with autism, but he has been confronted with many family challenges as well. He has been homeless and faced the death of his mother just 2 months into 5th grade. Despite this, he has adjusted well and is now living with his grandmother and older sister. He is so smart and loves vehicles, buildings, and factual information like dates and history. He will wow and impress anyone with reciting scientific facts and historical information. He questions everything and absorbs new information like a sponge. He asks wonderful questions and reads all the time. Preston has been making his AR goals most of the year and has been so excited to attend the AR parties and get his boxes of candy. He is a wonderful artist and enjoys drawing. He has since started making 100s on all of his spelling and vocabulary tests, which is a huge deal. He gets so excited to see all of his wonderful grades. We are so proud of this young man.
Johnny Graffin Reed is the hero from Montclair Elementary School, and here's Ms. Patterson to share his story.
All right. Hi. So this is Johnny. Johnny is fantastic. We are really, really lucky to have him at Montclair. Johnny came in last year as a kindergartner, and he was like, yes, kindergarten, and all over the place. And he was busy, really busy. But he's so smart and witty, and he always has a joke, and it's amazing. And then in the winter last year, Johnny had surgery. And Johnny's surgery, he had a stroke while he was having surgery. And Johnny had, some challenges. Johnny spent the rest of his kindergarten year in a wheelchair, relearning to walk, relearning to talk, relearning everything. And Johnny came back to school this year in first grade and is walking and talking and awesome still. And everything, he's taken back to being in school. His friends missed him. They've readjusted to the Johnny that he is now. And he continues to be busy and happy and exciting all of the time. He's always got a joke. He's always got a smile. He's always got a laugh. And we are so fortunate to have Johnny's light at Montclair. Thanks.
Our next hero comes from M.B. Cook Elementary School. Cayenne Gregory will be introduced by Assistant Principal Laura Catherine.
Cayenne began attending M.B. Cook as a fifth grader, and when he began, he had some trust issues that he had to overcome. He would become defensive when asked questions or asked about certain situations. He also struggled to build peer relationships. He very quickly adapted and began to gain trust among the adults and the peers of his class. He became a student that other students gravitated towards and wanted to be around. He is a leader and can often be seen encouraging others to do the right thing. In addition, Cayenne has overcome barriers academically. Cayenne receives in sport in an inclusion setting. Regardless of academic struggles, Cayenne has continuously made honor roll through hard work and determination. He and his group placed overall second place in the district history fair. They were also asked to perform for the school board and the superintendent. N.B. Cook teachers, faculty, and staff have watched Cayenne grow tremendously this year and thrive in a new environment despite his challenges. For these reasons and more, we are happy to announce that Cayenne is our N.B. Cook Cox Hero.
Timothy Shields, teacher from Navy Point Elementary School, will now introduce us to their hero, Samaya Edwards.
Good evening. Samaya told me that she was a little nervous sitting up here. I told her me too. Anyway, Navy Point is proud to recognize Ms. Samaya Edwards as our Cox student hero. When Samaya started, she was very quiet and unsure. And she's still very quiet. I've loved seeing her grow emotionally, academically, and socially. In September, when she came to Navy Point, she had just moved in with her father and aunt with one of her younger siblings, while the other ones were living with his grandparents. Not only was she changing homes, she was changing schools. The first day was tough, but Samaya persevered. dealt with her adversities, made new friends, and even learned to trust a bit more. Everybody at Navy Point is very proud of you, Samaya. We thank you for your strength. Just stand up here. Keep on doing it.
Raja Atala from Northview High School will now introduce us to their hero, Jamie Grunwald.
Well, good afternoon. It is an honor to recognize Jamie Grunwald as Northview's Cox Hero this year. Jamie has overcome significant difficulties due to his orthopedic condition. He has dealt with frequent broken bones and setbacks, yet Jamie does not allow his disabilities to hinder what he wants to do. Even when an activity seems completely impossible to be accessible, he finds a way to participate. He has earned his Eagle Scout Award by working with the city of Pensacola, restoring a disc golf course. And despite being a full-time wheelchair user, Jamie has successfully built a cattle herd from a single steer to a small business selling beef in the community. Jamie has also been involved in community and extracurricular activities. He is well involved in Northview's FFA program and has always participated in its annual Fresh for Florida program. He also showed cows at the Pensacola State Fair and volunteered at the Ruritan Club Farm Auction. He has accumulated over 100 community service hours. Academically, Jamie has maintained a great GPA and has earned multiple industry certifications. Despite his immense challenges, Jamie continues to be positive, meeting everyday challenges without giving up. His plans is to attend Pensacola State College in the fall and study design and fabrication. So congratulations, Jamie.
Ada Mexicano will now be introduced by Miss Leisure from Oakcrest Elementary School.
Ada came to the United States when she was 7 years old. She didn't know English just yet, and she was born with physical challenges that made communicating in any language difficult. Ada received corrective surgeries and continues diligent work in speech therapy. She graduated from the ESOL program in just 2 years and now is a regular translator for other students and staff at Oakcrest. Ada is kind, loving, and determined. She always has a bright and positive attitude inside and outside the classroom. She's an inspiration to myself and others. Ada never lets difficulties deter her. This year, her list of accomplishments includes Spelling Bee finalist, Science Olympiad participant, art club member, and she is a member of the school board's or the school news broadcast crew. Ada dreams about her career as a homicide detective. Until then, Ada's calling is setting a positive example and helping others overcome their own challenges and barriers. For this reason, Ada is Oakcrest Elementary Cox Hero.
Rebecca Worley from O.J. Sims Elementary School will now tell us about their hero, Varian Major.
Due to a death in the family, Varian wasn't able to join us today, but I'd still like to make sure he gets recognized. Varian Major embodies the true meaning of a hero student. Throughout the year, Varian has faced many challenges, with a baby being born into the family. While the family held the hardship of that sweet child being in the hospital for most of the year, Varian continued to show up at school and be a role model, tutor, mediator, and friend to his classmates, all the while excelling in the classroom. Varian never asks for anything in return. He does what is right to do 100% of the time. His efforts in his studies and relationships with his family and friends are inspirational to those around him. He is determined not to let anything slow him down or take his dream of greatness away. Varian is without a doubt O.J. Sims Cox Inspirational Hero Student of the Year.
But coming to us from Pensacola High School is Sarah Ridgway to tell us about their hero, Madeline Ritz.
Good afternoon. Madeline Ritz was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia in 2017. In order to receive treatment and attend all of her doctor's appointments, Madeline had to miss a lot of school during her freshman and sophomore years. But despite the unexpected hardships that came with having childhood cancer, she persevered. Madeline, who is now a senior, she's one of my seniors, is graduating with a 4.0 GPA and will be attending the University of South Alabama this fall to major in nursing. Madeline has a gentle, caring, and kind demeanor. She exudes integrity and determination. For all of the reasons mentioned, Pensacola High School is honored to select Madeline Ritz as our 2023 Cox Inspirational Student Hero.
Deborah Ray from Pine Forest High School will now introduce us to their hero, Joseph Hernandez.
Joseph Hernandez is an amazing student and young man who has not been held down by his exceptionality. He always has a smile on his face and is eager to greet everyone around him. Joseph is always eager to help teachers and his fellow students with assignments, with errands, projects, and with support. If he sees someone he cares about acting stressed, he will ask them, "What's wrong?" or "Do you need help?" If he passes a classroom in our department, in the ESE department, he sees a teacher hurrying to straighten the class, he will slip in and plug in the computers that are left out or puts books away. Joseph attends school daily and is always focused on his assignments. Joseph was almost completely nonverbal when he started Pine Forest and depended on a communication device. However, he worked hard to develop his voice, learned sign language, and develop skills that help him communicate independent of his device. He was once unsure of himself and unable to navigate the campus, and now Joseph runs the school, right? And he gives the best hugs. Joseph has a desire to work with students with special needs after he leaves the educational system. He wants to help them learn and to overcome their disabilities. Again, Joseph is amazing, and we are proud that he represents Pine Forest High School.
Elizabeth Benoit from Pine Meadow Elementary School will now introduce us to their hero, Annie Mathis.
Every morning, Annie Mathis enters my classroom with a smile, a positive greeting, and an eagerness to help me prepare for the day in any way she can. No one witnessing her enthusiastic way of starting the school day would ever suspect that this girl with the ear-to-ear smile had persevered through numerous personal hurdles during her 12 years that would have defeated many adults. Annie has had to overcome multiple changes in her family dynamics during her years at Pine Meadow Elementary that might have left some children shaken and withdrawn. Not Annie. She continues to move through each day with an effervescence that quickly becomes contagious within a classroom setting. Rarely have I seen her let something get her down or diffuse her enthusiasm. This year, new challenges were added to those Annie already faces each day. Annie attacked these challenges with her typical focus and determination, taking note of every academic strategy I introduced in class and making a point to offer help to all of her new classmates whenever appropriate. Before long, Annie settled in with her new classmates and began to see significant improvements in her academics. She always refuses to be discouraged and is never afraid to ask questions or come to me for help. Annie is an inspiration to any student who has been faced with unthinkable obstacles and refuses to let them determine the course of her future. Annie Mathis is Pine Meadow's Cox Inspirational Hero.
Miss Blackman from Pleasant Grove Elementary School will now introduce us to their hero, Jason Pittman.
Jason joined my class this October, and he was very sad, angry, and defiant, but that's because he was trying to process losing the closest family member he had, living with his loving grandmother, having to move to a new school without his siblings, and being academically behind. However, in this very short time, he has moved from a reading group where he was learning to decode words to he's already reading sentences and comprehending those sentences. He has a positive outlook on school. He's willing to try tasks even if they're challenging, sometimes even independently. I'm very proud of his positivity, his respectfulness, and his ability just to keep pushing forward. Pleasant Grove is honored to present Jason Pittman.
Sarah Bonner from Ransom Middle School will now introduce us to their hero, Elizabeth Boudreau.
That a lot. Good afternoon. For many mornings over the past 3 years, I have been greeted with, and she just told Mr. Johnson, "You are having a fine hair day, Mrs. Bonner."
Or a fabulous hair day, or handsome hair day.
All right, very good.
I'll explain this from here. Sorry, it's just I give lots of people compliments on having a good outfit day, good hair day.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's okay. She's okay. I have not been alone. Many staff and sometimes visitors and even Cam have been greeted with positive affirmations at the beginning of each day. In the fishbowl area of Ransom Middle School, the author of such positivity is none other than my chicken friend, Elizabeth Burdo, who is our Ransom Middle School's Cox Inspirational Student Hero. She has an enigmatic personality, as you can see, and she wants to send hugs to everyone she knows and meets. Elizabeth was involved in an accident that left her with a TBI. That same accident also injured her mother, and she lost a sibling. Despite the tragedy and the road to recovery, she has continued to persevere and maintain a presence in school and class. She is a very smart young lady with a vivid and wonderful imagination. She is able to captivate those around her with many stories and her absolute love of poetry. Last year, Elizabeth and I met for lunch to read poetry and play the bongo drums. She was so excited, as was I, to spend this time together as counselor and student. Students love and respect her, and she gets along well with her peers and teachers. She has endured much, and she continues to advance. She has gained great physical strength over these past 3 years. She used to have assistive devices for walking, and now she is able to get around without any aids. There are days and times that she does not feel her best. There are certain times of the year that she reflects on all that she has lost. However, despite those times, she continues to progress. She continues to come back one more day and complete each day, giving all that she has to offer. There is a level of growth and maturity as she moves on to the 9th grade. We're going to miss her. Her physical strength coupled with her strong intellect have made her wise beyond her years. Her strong bond with her family and the support that she receives from them has contributed to her success. I am proud, along with Captain America, to recognize Elizabeth Burdo as our 2023 Cox Inspirational Student Hero.
That was awesome. Thank you, Elizabeth. It's been a long time since I've been told I was having a good hair day. My kids like to tell me I'm losing all my hair. Of course, I have to remind them it's their fault that I'm losing it. So, Denise Walden comes to us from Scenic Heights Elementary School, and she'll be telling us about their hero, Evie Woodruff.
Evie Woodruff is a stellar student who has been nominated as our Inspirational Student Hero for the following reasons. She comes to school each day with a smile and a can-do attitude. She is a hard-working student. Evie works each day to make sure that her work is complete and correct. She is persistent even when the subject is difficult. For example, We took the first part of the FAST test today, and this young lady worked until the bell at 1:15. I have chosen to include some of the quotes from Evie's writings to further explain why she is such an inspiration to me and those who know her. From her writing, Succeeding Together. When I was born, I had a stroke, which made me have HCP. That means half of my body doesn't function as well as the other side. And I have ADHD. That doesn't mean I can't do as many activities as others. It just means I need a little help along the way. If you have a disability, it doesn't mean you're helpless. It just means you need a little help. Evie also won second place in the county contest for the writing essay with that part. From her writing in the new year, on the side, Evie participates in an adaptive figure skating club, and she wrote, I want to get better at ice skating, and my reasoning is that I want to be able to go to an ice skating competition. I'm only a level 3 skater, and I'm pretty sure you have to be a level 7. How do you think seeing those highly advanced girls makes me feel? If you said doubtful of myself, you are very wrong. It makes me want to work harder. She is an honorable student. And she doesn't let anything get in the way of accomplishing goals, not even her CP, as she calls it, or her ADHD. I am honored to be her teacher and proud to nominate her as our Cox Inspirational Hero. Congratulations, Evie.
David Joyner, the assistant principal from Success Academy, will now introduce us to their hero, Billy Landreth.
There are few students more deserving of this award than this well-mannered and courteous young man who exemplifies what it means to be courageous, positive, and resilient. Every day he puts forth his best effort in spite of family adversities and disabilities. William, who is known as Billy by his teachers and fellow classmates, is a teacher's ideal student. He brings a positive attitude to the classroom every day. Billy is eager to learn and help his classmates. His attitude is infectious and has a profound impact on the climate of the classroom. He is a young man who defies the odds and fights to overcome many of the challenges that he has faced. Daily, he strives to be a model student by helping others and completing his assignments. His perseverance and determination sets him apart. He never offers any excuses, just solutions. We have watched this young man achieve many milestones in the last couple of years. He is our personal hero and our inspiration. The Success Academy family is proud to be a part of Billy Landreth's educational journey.
Laura Touchstone, principal from Tate High School, will now introduce us to their hero, Brianna Lynn White.
Brianna White is a kind young lady who can often be found encouraging other students around campus. When Brianna began high school, her father was very ill. In January of 2021, after a lengthy battle with cancer, her father passed away. Brianna was close to her father, and this experience was very difficult for her. During this challenging time, Brianna maintained good school attendance and exceptional grades. Brianna currently has a 4.0 grade point average and has earned 25 out of 25 attempted credits. Since losing her father, Brianna has obtained a part-time job at Goodwill where she serves our community. This job helps cover her expenses as she works to complete her senior year of high school. Brianna is a wonderful example of resilience and perseverance. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Brianna White.
Nate Barker Richter is the hero from Warrington Elementary School, and here's Mr. Tim Rose to tell us a story.
I'm crying more tonight than I did the last episode of American Idol. Nate was chosen as Warrington Elementary School's Cox Hero for the incredible way he cares for others, including his older brother Ian, who has autism. Nate is an exceptionally kind and caring person, specifically how Nate shows his support for his older brother, who's also a student in our school. He makes it a constant priority to make sure that Ian is comfortable at school. He reminds his brother that it's important to be at your best when you're at school. He helps Ian with his arrival to school and at dismissal, and puts his well-being far above his own. Some days, Nate even volunteers to give up his free time to spend it keeping his brother company in his classroom or at recess. In addition to all of this, Nate's kindness is extended to everyone around him. He's well liked by all of his peers and teachers, works very hard in his schoolwork, and has made great academic growth. Nate is a very creative young man. He made a great addition to our math club this year, and he's a joy to be around. We are so fortunate to have Nate at Warrington Elementary School, and we are honored to have him as our Cox Hero.
Elise Glidden from Washington High School will now introduce us to their hero, Nick Raybeck.
Nicodemus is an incredible young man. He was diagnosed with autism in elementary school, and as a result, academics have not always come easily to him, and change can be difficult. Nicodemus attended various middle schools in search of an environment where he would be able to thrive, and was able to persevere and move on to high school. However, his freshman year was not without its own challenges. When Nicodemus first enrolled at Booker T. Washington High School as a sophomore, he had a 1.8 GPA and was required to retake several classes from his freshman year. But the following school year, something clicked. Nicodemus found new motivation and, with the support of his family and teachers, passed every single class during his junior year. As a senior, Nicodemus has a 2.3 GPA and is on track to receive his high school diploma on May 24th. He even enrolled in an honors astronomy class this year, a subject about which he is extremely passionate. As of today, he has A's and B's in all of his classes. When we told Nicodemus that he was getting this award, he said, "And here I was, just thinking I was a regular person." Over the last several years, Nicodemus has grown in maturity, determination, and self-advocacy, and is truly an inspirational student hero to us all.
Jeff Anderson, the assistant principal at West Florida High School, will now introduce us to their hero, Jansen Hausman.
I asked some of Jansen's teachers to share their thoughts on having him as a student in their classes, and here are some things that they said to me. Jansen Hausman is an inspiration to me as a teacher, to his classmates, and to others with whom he comes into contact on a daily basis. Jansen is hardworking, dependable, witty, and never makes excuses. His peers look to his work ethic and, given his challenges, find inspiration to better themselves. Despite his difficulties, he is never late to class, and he is never late on assignments. I am truly honored to have been given the chance to get to know and teach Jansen, and I know firsthand how deserving of this award he is. He just pushes through and gets it done with a great attitude and without complaint. Simply put, Jansen Hausman, who is in my 7th period class, is a light at the end of my day. Despite his challenges, he has never failed to enter my classroom without a smile on his face, and best of all, he always begins 7th period by telling me a joke, and he usually has a few funny impressions to share as well. He is one of the sweetest, kindest, hardest working kids I've ever met, and I feel so fortunate to have him as my student this year. West Florida High School is privileged to have Jansen at our school, and we are proud that he is our Cox Inspirational Hero. Thank you.
Brittany Langloss from West Pensacola Elementary School will now introduce us to their hero, Hunter Linebaugh.
Hunter Linebaugh came to West Pensacola as a pre-K student in one of our autism self-contained units. In Hunter's earlier years, he faced behavior challenges and had difficulties with self-regulation. Even with these challenges, Hunter has always been a bright light to our school. He has made tremendous progress throughout the time he has spent growing at West Pensacola. Hunter's previous teachers have said that he is kind and caring to staff and his peers. Hunter brings excitement to learning and always wants a challenge. Hunter has made leaps and bounds and became an excellent teacher helper as well as a helper and leader to peers. He can now be seen setting a great example for others and continues to be helpful and a shining star. We at West Pensacola are proud to call Hunter our Cox Hero.
And our final hero for 2023 comes from Workman Middle School. Carson Curtin is our hero from Workman, and school counselor Ebony Pitts will share his story.
All right, so I'll make this short and sweet because I know it's dinner time. My name is Ebony Pitts, and I'm one of the counselors at Workman Middle School, and it's my pleasure to introduce you to our Cox Inspirational Student of the Year. There are many things that I could say to describe him, but the one thing that comes to mind is he's an old man stuck in a young man's body. He has been presented with many personal challenges and family obstacles. However, he continues to persevere through it all. This past summer, he and his family were relocated back to Pensacola from Jacksonville, which he says was very unexpected. This transition was complicated when they experienced a brief period of homelessness. He has experienced the death of his uncle, who passed in August of 2021, and his aunt, in February of 2022, which he was very, very close to. However, through all of this, he's been able to maintain his grades, attendance, and has never had any disciplinary referrals. He is advanced in all of his classes. He made a level 4 on the FAST ELA. And is always willing to help out fellow classmates who may be struggling. He's often chosen to be the leader during group work when given the task to lead. He is bright, smart, and an inspiration to other students and teachers in his class. He often speaks about his mother and her determination to be the best parent that she can be. Her daily struggles are what motivate him because he feels she already has enough on her plate. So he tries to be a great son, a big brother to his younger siblings, and this is why we have chosen Carson Curtin as our Cox Inspirational Student of the Year.
Let's give all these wonderful heroes another round of applause. Before I close, I would like to thank all the schools for participating this year. Thank you for submitting these students' names. I hope that you can recognize them in your own way at your school and celebrate their accomplishments. I'd also like to thank the Escambia County Board of County Commissioners, who tomorrow night will pass that resolution or that proclamation that was read here earlier to celebrate these students. And thank you again to all of our government officials who are here with us today. And this concludes the 2023 Cox Inspirational Student Hero Awards. I do ask that all the heroes come up here to the stage. Mr. Salzman, our photographer, is going to kind of herd the cats up here and get everybody in place. And we'll take a couple pictures. He'll take a couple pictures, and then he'll give family opportunity to take pictures as well. So thank you very much.